All right, this is the Charlie story. I'm calling this Charlie's Angels. One of the volunteers thought to call it that. My name is Mike Smith, and I'm with SmithicAir. We got a report. Actually, the volunteers saw this report of basically a car accident on August the 3rd through the 4th. It was actually bright and early in the morning on August the 4th. And this little dog, Charlie, had a leash on, but it was a pretty bad car accident, and the dog escaped. Then, about 4 days later, BFF came and looked for the dog, did not find the dog, and then on the 10th, we got our first sighting by the accident site, and a lot of dogs will do that. And then August the 12th, we got our second sighting back behind some townhomes, I believe they are, right here where it says sighting 2. So the accident happened to the far right, sighting 1, and then sighting 2 on the 12th. I went out to do a drone search on the 12th, and after a little over 5 minutes of searching, I was back near where sighting 2 was, and I picked up a very small heat source. At first I couldn't tell what it was. I knew I had a heat source in there, but I couldn't tell what it was at the height I was at. So I came down, take a closer look, again, kind of right over the townhomes. I still couldn't quite tell what was going on, but I felt like I saw movement right there. And so again, I lowered my altitude. Heat source grew. Now I'm at 176 feet, and then I saw Charlie. It was pretty clear to me pretty quick this was a dog, not a deer, and I found him. So I marked the spot very close to actually where we had a feeding station set up in this back right corner. Here I am coming in a little closer, just to verify. And because Charlie had a leash on, I couldn't really tell if the leash had caught up on something and Charlie was stuck there, or if he was able to move. And that's a big difference, because if he's able to move around,
I think this is the dog right here.
Obviously, walking right up to him is not a great idea.
That right there is the dog.
Where?
Right there.
Oh my God!
So about the same spot. Just a little bit further back. I'd love to see if we could see the. Let me see.
Oh my God! This is insane.
It's like a movie.
So, the sniffing.
Let's smoke, baby.
There's no wind tonight.
Smell that.
I mean, the thing is, you might be able to.
This is the corner.
Yeah.
If I light this up, there's all your stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is actually the route Charlie took after I found Charlie. The volunteers that had joined me decided to move a trap, and the dog went all over the place, including right by a house. BFF came out the next day and was right at the end of the search, had one more battery left, and had circled this spot on the map as his last place where he had seen Charlie. I was on my way, and before I could get there,
Just hold it.
BFF.
And you got it. You're gonna have to pass it to me over there.
Okay. Found the dog. Another dog search volunteer came over, used a net to contain the dog, and BFF got a slip lead over the dog's neck. And here we are, a volunteer, BFF, and myself.
Well, I want it, but I don't have room until he gets over here.
Working
Want this with your other hand?
into
I don't want to
that
bring
trap.
it this way. And yeah, I'd like to, but I don't think I got the room to do it.
Charlie had
There's
nipped
the door,
at
Mike.
BFF a couple of times, so that's what the towel is for.
Push him with the door. Get that door. Get that door.
You know, work with him?
Oh my God. My fingers are in the way.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Hi, sweetheart.
Woohoo, Charlie.
Get him food.
And just like that, Charlie was safe. Michael Davis from Best Furry Friends Search and Rescue was the one that found Charlie in the front of this house, between the house and the bushes, was able to go over and with the volunteers' help get the slip lead around. We fed Charlie immediately and his whole demeanor changed. He was friendly. He was he ate the food very quickly. We didn't have another problem with him. As you can notice, his right leg ended up being out of socket, and they have put it back in place, and he has a sling on. I do want to mention that, again, the volunteers were working on this since the very beginning for all 9 days, hanging up flyers, putting out food, setting up traps. And here's one of those volunteers now who brought Charlie to the emergency room vet in Naperville. Charlie then, the next day, went to a second vet who was able to put the right leg back into place. I want to thank everybody that helped with this and the neighbors. Great feeling.